Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Don't worry, America. Help is on the way. Breathe easy, okay? Because starting today, all Footlocker locations, yes, the shoe store, all Footlocker locations will be voter registration stations, hubs, whatever you want to call them. Get the fuck out of here. So Footlocker is going to make it, they're going to have these little kiosks where you can find out if you're registered, how to register, where the polling places will be. I am so happy and I feel so secure that Footlocker is now in the fucking fight. Get out of here! Like I've asked with many of these other stupid ass, worthless, pointless showings of virtue signaling, where was it before? Where was this push to get young people registered to vote, Footlocker, before this year? Don't think just because people are young, they're going to vote for the Democrats. This is supposed to be the most conservative generation yet. But next time you're down there getting some J's or some Vans, starting today until Election Day, you can find out, hey, see, I'm at the mall in Footlocker. Let me check on my voting status. How many people are going to use that shit? And if you're into voting, if you're into politics at all, or you're a regular voter, you don't need Footlocker to let you know your voter status or where to vote. This shit is stupid. Just like the fucking NBA arenas becoming polling stations. Is there a shortage of them? Is there a problem with people not knowing how and where to find out if they're registered, to where Footlocker said, this is a real epidemic, people? We need to turn these into registration stations. How stupid. But that's how desperate these people are. That's how desperate they are. That's how bad they need to get Trump out of office. They're calling in the cavalry. They're calling in all their favors. They are shooting their political load. That's what they're doing. Pulling out all the stops. This is it. This is the scene in every cop movie, right? Where at the end of the movie, they gotta catch this guy. So he calls in his old buddies at CIA. He calls his old buddies from Special Forces, because all these badass cops, Steven Seagal, all of them, they're all former Special Forces. This guy's the best. When they needed the best, they called him. So these guys are calling in all their favors. I need guns. I need surveillance equipment. Everything. That's what they're doing. Because Trump having a second term is a fate worse than death. Trump signals their political death. Trump signals the end of their power, especially with this Supreme Court nomination. This is going to last far beyond Trump's second term in office. After he's long gone, these justices will still be there. And if you were paying attention over the weekend, and if you weren't, don't worry, I watched this liver-spotted demon for you. David Lopan, also known as Nancy Pelosi, also known as third in charge. Oh, shit. We can never let that woman get her hands on the country. Could you imagine? So Pelosi was on there talking to George Snuffleupagus, whatever that commie piece of shit's name is. So he's getting interviewed by her, or by him. She's getting interviewed by him. Who gives a shit? So anyway, he's interviewing her, and he asks, basically, are you willing to impeach Trump to stop this Supreme Court nomination? And she says, well, we're using a... I'm sorry. Let me use her real voice. I can at least show her the respect of using her real voice. She said, well, we are going to use every arrow in our quill. Our options are on the table. Fucking disgusting bitch. Anyway, so the interview goes on and he presses her again. He's like, so, is impeachment out of the question? And she said, we will use every arrow in our quill. We have things in place. So basically, they are willing to do anything they have to stop Trump from using his constitutional right as the president to nominate another Supreme Court justice. Even what's her name, Sotomayor, was saying that it's not good to have 8 people because you need that one vote to break the tie. She said, we need 9 people on the Supreme Court. Somebody needs to be there. This isn't some seat you leave vacant for the next president. Hoping it's Trump, but if it's not, imagine handing that decision over to Bidenus pervertus. Hey, what? Supreme Court? I ordered a Supreme burrito. That idiot. And if they bump him out and get Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, if you had her in charge, you'd find her at a senior citizen home, and you go up to the door and just hear, She loves that silver cotton candy. She's like, what? I have to pick what? That would be her. That's who you want making this decision? Fuck no. Trump needs to make this decision. But if you listen to the mainstream mediocres, they view everything Trump does through the prism of orange man bad, he's a racist. They can't sit back and say, well, this is something he needs to do. Despite the way we feel about him, this is the right thing to do. They are unable to do that. It is impossible. Pump. That Kamala Harris joke. Pump. Trump could come out with an armful of puppies and say, aren't these the most adorable things you've ever seen? And they would be like, no, those puppies are racist because Trump only holds racist puppies. Some stupid shit like that. Yes, that sounds outlandish and ridiculous, but that's for real. That's how they are. That's how terminal their TDS is. But I thought impeachment was used for, what do you call that? There's 2 things. High crimes and misdemeanors. And being that this is his constitutional duty, dare I say, what are you going to impeach him for? Reason for impeachment: we don't like him. That's not good enough. Impeachment is not a weapon. It is something that you use in extreme situations. Not to stop somebody from doing something they are duty bound to do. The fuck is wrong with these people? Pelosi needs to go. And she sits there talking about, well, we need to defend our democracy. We need to defend the Constitution, as she tears it into strips and wipes her terrible anus with it. They don't give a fuck about the Constitution. They don't give a fuck about our democracy unless it helps them. Otherwise, it's just a piece of paper that was signed by a bunch of dead people. They don't care about us. They don't give a shit about us. Weren't they on vacation for 3 weeks while the country was burning? Didn't they take a recess when people might not get money to keep their lights on? Yeah, they did that. So how can they care about us when they say, all right, guys, we got to go on this break. It'll be about 3 weeks. Hopefully you guys will make it till we get back. Ugh. They don't give a shit. Every single one of those bastards should have said, you know what? It's pro bono time. We are not going anywhere until this shit is fixed. But that's in another dimension where politicians care about the people and put our needs first. Don't worry about that. That's a land far, far away. But yesterday, I got to ask the question, was I the victim of racism at the surf shop? I'll explain. So my daughter she has a surf class she goes to once a week. And she'll take her boogie board with her, but she didn't take it yesterday because her boogie board she lost the leash that you tie to your wrist that's attached to the boogie board. So if you fall off, it doesn't get away from you. I just saw a story about some dude. He lost his surfboard and somebody found it in the Philippines 5,000 miles away. So to keep that from happening, you get a leash, lanyard, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I go to this surf shop, yesterday to get her one, and the girl comes up and helps me, very attentive, polite, professional, all the good things you should experience when in a customer service capacity. So, I asked her, I said, well, where are your boogie boards? So I could just get an idea of how much they cost in case I was going to buy one, and I was going to ask them about some surfboards. So I go over there, and she's like, yeah, here are the boogie boards right here and stuff, and she's telling me about them, and this guy walks up, older guy, probably in his, maybe early 50s, late 40s. I figured maybe he owned the place or whatever. So he comes up and he's like, yeah, we have some, more cost-effective ones or cheaper ones. We have some cheaper ones coming in, next week or some shit. So if these are too much, you can go ahead and look at those. And I was like, all right, man, thanks. I thought for a second. Now, I could be wrong. And even if I'm not wrong, even if that dude was thinking, oh, God, a black person, he can't afford this shit. Let me give him some more economically friendly options. Even if that's what that man thought. I mean, it didn't hurt me. I don't think all white people are racist. I don't want to go burn some shit and kick in a fucking window of a store. I mean, it kind of... I don't know. That's the thing. So I'm not going to commit my feelings either way, but it was just like, why'd you come up and immediately tell me? I didn't ask. She didn't ask. She didn't wave him over. Nothing. He must have just heard her talking and figured, I don't know what he thought, but it was kind of weird. But I've been in situations like that where the person probably was racist and they were really saying some shit based on the color of my skin. I mean, yeah, it sucks. It's kind of disheartening. It's like, damn, I thought we were past that. Or, those situations suck. But instead of getting all emotional about it and fucking trying to create this straw man and say that our country, look, see, I told you this country is racist. No, that's the wrong response. It's water off a duck's back. It's BBs off a battleship. Pew, pew. I'm tougher than that. But I did think that was weird. That he just came up and was like, he didn't go into the different selection. He just told me, oh, we got some cheaper ones coming in. I don't know. I was dressed t-shirt, jeans, hat. Did I have a poor look about me? Did I have a look that says financially I'm not supposed to be here? I don't know. But that shit was kind of weird. Was the guy racist? I don't know. If he was, it didn't hurt. But that's how more people need to handle situations like this. Instead of yelling, oh, it's because I'm black, motherfucker, in the middle of the store, acting stupid. You just have to take it as, maybe that person's stupid. Or, yeah, that sucks. Go on with your fucking day. Because there are far more important things to deal with in life than putting all your energy into somebody who may or may not be racist. And if they are, do you think you're going to change them? Do you think you acting a fool and burning down their store, the next day they're going to stand in front of the ashes and go, oh, I get it. No, that was my fault. I had it coming. I shouldn't be racist. Thanks, guys. Thanks for burning down my fucking dreams. I don't know. But people, it's time to get back into the rest of my damn weekend. And you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm